What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Where's Waldo? Today we're gonna talk about the overpowered Bullfrog meta. Now, there's many metas you can use with the Bullfrog, but this is my specific meta, and this works. This is what works for me. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, this meta shreds. I've always used the Bullfrog ever since Cold War came out and Warzone, and like a year and a half ago, and it still never got buffed or nerfed. Like, this thing still kills fast. It's still amazing, and I still think it's one of the most strongest guns in the game. So besides, you can choose what kind of skin you want for it, what kind of customization you want. That doesn't really matter. I just got the turbo powered skin that matched the XM4 because those are like one of my two favorite guns in the game. But yeah, man, the Bullfrog is overpowered, and yeah, just stay tuned for the video. I'll show you my loadout. Let's go. Alright, so to start off with, for the muzzle, we have a sound suppressor. So with the sound suppressor, lightweight suppressor eliminates flash and sound from muzzle blast. Obviously sound suppression, it keeps the gun a little bit more quieter. Aim down, sight speed. You definitely want that with the SMG because most people use SMGs as their primary. You want to pull up quick. Aim down sight speed is pretty important. Bullet velocity is pretty important. How fast the weapon can shoot, and sprint to fire speed. It all ties in with aim down sight speed, how fast you can pull up quick with your weapon. Um, you're not gonna really shoot this weapon from really far engagements, but so effective damage range doesn't really matter. It still can hit from a good distance, but effective damage range, that's not really gonna hurt you because one, is an SMG, and two, it shoots 9mm, so that's not really gonna be a big issue on that. So that's why I run the sound suppressor, because it has a lot of good pros to it. The only con is the effective damage range, that doesn't really matter. Next, we have the Task Force 7.4 Task Force barrel. It's an extended length barrel. It improves bullet speed, range, and maneuverability. Effective damage range. So if you want to make up for that effective damage range by putting on that sound suppression muzzle, you can run the Task Force. And the Task Force, the pros are the effective damage range. You can make up for that, so then you could probably hit a little bit more distance with this. Even more bullet velocity, so this gun kills even more faster. The TTK is even faster than normal. It's probably not going to be as fast as the Mac 10, but you can get it close to that area. And strafe speed, how you can maneuver with this weapon, and just move left and right, slide, all that. Um, the cons are pretty much the vertical recoil control and then the horizontal recoil control. Um, when I was testing this weapon out, um, it's not really noticeable, but you can notice it just a little bit, that the weapon does jump a little bit. It does bounce a little bit. So you're gonna have to control it just a little bit, just like the XM4 or any gun in the game. It's not gonna be perfect. So with the vertical recoil control and the horizontal recoil control, you're gonna have to just control it a little bit. It really wasn't that bad, to be honest. So I just usually run a 7.4 Task Force for these three pros. Next, we got the KGB target designator for the laser. Effective damage range, again, to make up for that effective damage range, so it's a little above normal, and then the hip fire accuracy. So the KGB target designator, durable precision flashlight, reveals enemy data at longer engagement distances. Must be activated by aiming down the sight. So yeah, the effective damage range, you got that above normal a little bit, and hip fire accuracy, just in case if you're reloading or you're in tight engagements and you don't really have time to aim down, you can just spray and pray, and that's when that hip fire comes in clutch, because a lot of people use hip fire accuracy a lot too. The only downfall is flashlight is visible to enemies unless you're a camper and like to not know where your position is, then that doesn't really matter to you. And this is one of the biggest important attachments to this weapon. No stock. Remove stock enables concealment versatility to improve sprint recovery time. Sprint to fire. You always want to have sprint to fire. It's always about who can pull their weapon out fastest. It's about who can get their shots off quicker. That's why sprint to fire time matters a lot, and you can see the mobility goes up a bunch when you have no stock on this weapon. The only downfall is no hip fire. Um, you lose a little bit of hip fire accuracy, but that doesn't really matter because sprint to fire is going to outweigh the hip fire accuracy. You're not going to be running around the map with just hip fire. You're going to use your sprint to fire more than anything, so that's why that really matters a lot. So, and lastly, we got the VDV Speed Grip Solid Polymer Grip for improved speed, sprint speed, and recoil control. So your sprinting move speed, you want to move, you get to move around a little bit faster, and then horizontal recoil control, you get some of that, recoil, that recoil control back. To be honest, so yeah, you get to move a little bit faster, you get some of that horizontal recoil control back. The only con is movement speed, so you're going to probably just move around just a little bit slower, but I mean, that's not a really bad con because as you see, it doesn't really affect the weapon itself. So, it's not that bad, to be honest. There's a bunch of other attachments you can run with this. If you want to get some of that vertical or horizontal recoil control, you can run the Spetsnaz script. But yeah, man, it's not really a big difference, to be honest. So either one of these will work. But you might want to move a little bit faster and have a little bit more horizontal recoil control. But yeah, man, this is my loadout, my metal loadout for this gun. Sound suppressor muzzle, 7.4 task force barrel, KGB target designator laser, no stock for the stock, and then a VDV speed grip, and I just put like a charm and some stickers on there, to pimp it out a little bit. But honestly, man, this gun is pretty sick, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the best guns in the game. But thank you guys for staying tuned to the video. Stay tuned to the next one. Take it easy.